everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow in the house, the host, Sean Mann, the co-host. We're going to be rocking and rolling 2 hours of sports talk coming at you each and every Monday through Friday here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West if you live in the Central.
If you can't figure it out for yourself, you got some serious problems.
Yeah, you heard it from the man, Sean Mann, the update man. All right, SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to the show. We're hanging out in our chat room over at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Come on over there, get yourself a free account. And when you got yourself a free account, just type in Sports World Radio. You'll find our show. Click the little bubble that's next to the heart. The chat room will open up, and you'll be in the chat room. And then click the heart to like our show as well. Head on over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio and like our Facebook page. And then follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Now, if you want to get in touch with the show, 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with the show. With all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio on this Thursday, the 25th of September, 2014, 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. Jeff, I'm doing well. Weather right now, kind of cool and like overcast, probably like the 70s right now. How are you, and how's the weather out there?
Weather's beautiful out here. It's sunny San Diego, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. What the hell you think it's going to be? Raining? I don't think
for a while, huh?
Not for a while. I can't remember the last time it rained out here.
I thought it was a few weeks ago, and we were and there was like a thunderstorm that moved through San Diego.
Yeah, it wiped me out for one day. That was about it. A couple of hours, really. That was about it. It came in and left, like, ding, hit you, bam, gone. I was like, holy moly. But
Shout out
never
to the
rains
people
out
out there. You got Browning there. You got Josh. You got Dr. Myth. Probably Wes will be coming in. Who knows if Adrian will ever show up again. And, of course, in the next hour, hey, you know something? On Facebook today, I get on there, and Gary, for some reason, posts on my wall, and he says he is ready to bring Jeff Escow on.
Yeah, but didn't he write on his Facebook right before we went on the air? He goes, I'm going to go take a nap. I'll see you guys in the second hour of the show. Second hour? Hey, dude, we do 2 hours here. Take your second hour and shove it up your butt, okay? You get here now, you rat best. You Washington Redskin fan, you show your ugly face, you rat bastard.
He's all ready for tonight's game. He believes it. He says, I'm going to defeat Jeff Escow tonight.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm going to win that game against the Giants. I'm going to see those Redskins beat those Giants.
What is he dreaming, man? He is dreaming
Here
like...
he is, living on the other side of the world, the continent of Europe, and I still have not figured out how he can become a Redskin fan.
Not only that, what is it, like freaking midnight over there right now? And then the Redskin game goes on in like 2 more hours? It's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning while he's going to be watching a Redskin game? No wonder why he's got to take a freaking nap. Unstinking believable, man. What's up with that, Gary? I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to come to the second hour. Well, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. Redskin fan. You just sit there and be quiet.
So, yeah, he decides, I'm going to take Sean I'm gonna go take a nap, and so Jeff sees that, and Jeff's like, "Oh, good grief."
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, what are you, crazy? Get the hell out of here. Just get the hell out of here. Will you, Gary? Taking a nap. You don't see me taking a nap, do you?
Nope.
No, that's right, because I didn't wake up till 1 o'clock anyway. I don't need to take a nap.
Don't need to take a nap at all, but this is a sports show. All right, we got some stories to get to. We are guessing the Houston Rockets guard James Harden has won more than his fair share of games of horse over the years. Now, thanks to a promotion by Foot Locker, anyone can the two-time NBA All-Star to the well-known trick shot making contest.
Trick shot making contest?
Yeah, the rules are simple. Users may submit entries to the athletic retailer's Twitter handle at Foot Locker using the Horse with Harden hashtag via YouTube, Vine, or Instagram through October 1st. If Harden misses a shot, he gets the letter. If he hits the shot, the internet gets the letter. The first to get the other to spell out horse wins the game. Because I know I played a bunch of horse before too. I know Jeff.
So
has
what
too.
you got to do
And
is
Jeff,
take a video shot of you making a trick shot, and then he's got to make the same shot. Correct?
kind of yeah.
I'm in.
You're in. You're gonna take him on.
I'd like to do that. I would like to do that. Yeah, and I know the perfect trick shot, and he ain't gonna make it. I got 5 trick shots. I'm gonna make him lose. I'm gonna make him lose. How about that?
All right. So yeah, that's what he's saying. So yeah. And
So where do you gotta
shot.
okay? So where do you gotta go for to apply for the trick shot?
What it says in this story is, let's see the rules. Okay, users may submit entries to the athletic retailer's Twitter handle
To the Twitter handle, huh?
at Foot Locker using the Horse with Harden hashtag via YouTube, Vine, or Instagram.
I see, said the blind man. I might take him up on that and send him a trick shot or two. See if we can get him to spell horse. What happens if he spells horse first? Does it say?
Not sure. Just try. It has just a bunch of videos on here with it, and of course that's what you can do to submit.
Right,
So,
but
yeah.
what happens if he spells the word first? He loses, obviously. So what's gonna happen? Is he gonna?
Doesn't really say.
Is he gonna donate money to something to a cause, or what's the final outcome supposed to be? Is what I want to know.
You have a good question about that. Possibly it could be for charity.
Well, I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking it is. But does it say in the article, Mr. Boy Wonder, over there?
It doesn't say anything about it on the story, but what I can do is do this. Hold on. I will send this right.
Don't send it to me on Skype.
I won't send it to you on Skype, but it doesn't say anything. It just has videos of his trick shot and about the entry, and it doesn't really describe much.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check into that. I'm gonna have to do some more investigation into that, because I like that idea, and if it's all for charity, that's a great idea. Having people submit trick video basketball shots, and he has to do them. And if he spells the word horse, what happens? It doesn't say, does it?
That is correct.
Well, that's not right. That's not right at all.
Not right at all is right. In other NBA news, with the NBA preseason starting October 4th, now since we got that correct, the Suns and Eric Bledsoe have agreed to a 5-year, $70 million contract, capping a long, sometimes tense negotiation to keep him in the desert.
Who?
Eric Bledsoe.
Staying in Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Did he sign that big contract?
Yep, 5-year deal, $70 million. The deal is
Unbelievable.
Wednesday considerably more than 4-year, but $48 million the Suns initially offered, but well below the 5-year, $80 million plus maximum contract that Bledsoe's agent, Rich Paul, sought for the restricted agent. It's a good deal, Jeff, because it's like, finally, it's right before the exhibition season starts. NBA season, as you all know, starts October 28th. And, of course, there's still a couple names out there. Ray Allen is still out there. He has not yet found a team yet, so that's got to be frustrating for him, and there's no indication where he will end up. So for players that are still out there, boy, are you lucky to have a deal done just in the nick of time.
Well, Ray Allen doesn't want to play for a team that's not going to have a chance to win a championship, correct?
Correct.
So there's not many teams he can go to, correct?
Correct.
Really 3 teams, correct? Maybe
There's
4? Maybe
3
4 teams?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 options that are available. He could go to San Antonio. Ray Allen could.
Mm-hmm.
He could go to Chicago. He could go to Cleveland and try to team up with LeBron James for maybe another last run, maybe for another year. Or maybe he could end up maybe back in Miami to play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
How about maybe Oklahoma?
Oklahoma City, maybe that's 4 or 5 good options out there. But I know for Ray Allen,
I mean,
he has to be getting frustrated.
He doesn't want to go play for a team that's not going to win that doesn't have a chance to win a championship. He's not going to go play for, like, say, a team like the Knicks. He's not going to go play a team like, say, the Lakers. He's not going to go to, say, like Milwaukee. He's definitely not going to the Nets. You know, so it's only going to be teams that he thinks has a shot of winning a championship, because that's what he wants now.
We will run to our first commercial break. We will come back with more sports talk on Sports World Radio.
You listen to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you 2 hours sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West. And if you live in the Central,
please figure it out for yourself. It's that simple. If you can't figure it out for yourself, I don't know how you're going to get through it and how you're going to get through life.
It is pretty simple, isn't it, buddy?
It is.
It is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, some people have a hard time figuring it out. Some people don't.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? All right. I want to bring something up. Did you know?
Right. Floor is yours.
Did you know that Bill Simmons of ESPN was suspended 3 weeks for his comments that he made about Roger Goodell calling him a liar, that he didn't see the tape, that what happened to Ray Rice inside the elevator, and more importantly so, taunting ESPN and daring them to suspend him for his comments.
ESPN is like, wah, wah, oh, you can't, we don't like your comments. Then we're going to suspend you. Good grief.
Well, it's more so that because he actually dared his bosses to suspend him at ESPN.
Whatever happened to freedom of speech, for crying out loud? We aren't
Not if you
entitled
work at
to express
ESPN.
our own beliefs and our own opinions. ESPN is being all super sensitive about it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I think it's very stupid, if you ask me.
Not if you work at ESPN, it ain't.
No, not according to ESPN. Otherwise, one little comment and boom, you get zapped and suspended.
3 weeks.
3 lousy weeks. Boy, yeah. Well, Bill Simmons will probably be like, that's okay. I get suspended 3 weeks. Then I can come back just in time before the start of the 2014-2000 NBA season, unless I don't screw it up and get suspended by ESPN.
3 weeks suspended. Hey, Simmons, you want to talk about Roger Goodell and how much of a liar you think he really is? You got an open invitation to come on our radio show anytime you want. Talk about Roger Goodell and how much of a liar he is. And if you want to rip ESPN, be my guest. Bill Simmons, come on our show.
I've heard of Bill Simmons before, and he has great sports perspective. And so for him to dare that, you know what? I got to give the man props. I got to give him and say, you know what? It's my life. I can express my own beliefs. I can express my own opinions. And if you don't like it,
He taunted his bosses publicly and dared them to take action against him about his remarks on Roger Goodell. He dared them publicly, taunted them publicly. It was hysterical.
And
so they suspended.
For 3 weeks.
So they suspended him for 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know that Bill Simmons, Stephen A. Smith got suspended more from talking about what Ray Rice did than what Ray Rice did originally?
That is just like, that's crazy.
He dared them. He dared ESPN to suspend him, and they did. 3 weeks. Bill Simmons, I'm giving you an open invitation to come on Sports World Radio whenever you want. And you can talk about Roger Goodell, you can talk about whatever you want, and you can say whatever you want on our radio show, on our radio station. It doesn't matter. You will not be suspended from here. Right, buddy?
Of course not. Right, of course not. He's entitled to his own opinion, and I give him props because he dared.
He says it as it
now
is.
He gets suspended 3 weeks, but then he'll be back in plenty of time for the start of the. Because I've seen him a lot on NBA. I don't see him a lot. Hello there, Frank.
Yeah, no,
Breaking
it was
news, as Jeff pointed out, Frank. Bill Simmons,
the
who
big
made
wind.
comments and dared ESPN, suspended 3 weeks.
The big wind in the house. I'm a fan of Bill Simmons. He's got great basketball knowledge. Great basketball knowledge. And he's very, very smart. I really like him. So, hey, dude, you want to come and trash ESPN and trash the NFL? You come and do it on Sports World Radio anytime you want. In fact, everybody should go over to Bill Simmons' Twitter account and write to him on his Twitter account telling him that he has an open invitation to come over to Sports World Radio and say whatever he wants for the next 3 weeks. If he's, and won't get in trouble whatsoever.
Maybe give Browning an assignment. Hey, Browning, if you're there, got an assignment. Go over to Twitter page of Bill Simmons and have him come to the show and say whatever he wants.
That's right. Bill Simmons, Browning bastard, go over to your Twitter account and write to Bill Simmons. Find out what his Twitter account is, and write to him and tell him that SportsWorld Radio has given you and there's no O in World on Twitter. It's SportsWorldRadio without the O in World on Twitter. Has an open invitation to come on their show anytime he wants to talk about anything he wants.
Frank, well said. Here's what he said. Freedom of speech alive on Sports World Radio.
I like that.
That's what he says. And here's what Josh says. How is ESPN run then by Disney platform, Dr. Myth? They tell them what to air and what the rules are, Jeff and Sean.
Yeah, I know. You know who tells us the rules over here? Sean, who tells us the rules over here?
Sports World Radio? You do.
Yeah, the owner of Sports World Radio, which is me. There are no rules here unless you just respect people, that's all. I like that, Frank. Sports World Radio equals where we respect the First Amendment.
But here we can say whatever we want as long as we don't personally attack each other and say something that will be derogatory, negative, or cause conflict.
We personally attack each other all the time on this show.
Just for fun, though.
Yeah.
We're just busting each other's chops because we like each other.
That's right. We speak our minds here. Mr. Simmons, open invitation to come on this show any time you would like. Hey, Josh, the producer of the show, I think it's about time you try and get Mr. Bill Simmons on.
Yeah, Josh, make that your assignment. Go on his Twitter, or I wonder, does he have a Facebook? Does Bill Simmons have a Facebook or just
I don't know, but I like to get that son of a bitch on our radio show.
Like to hear his perspective.
I think Josh can make it happen.
So first, how amazing is it? First, Stephen A. Smith gets suspended for a week back in, late July and early August. And now all of a sudden you fast forward all the way to late September, and now Bill Simmons gets suspended 3 weeks by ESPN.
Well, I hate to tell you, Miss Dr. Myth, some Disney executive did suspend him because ESPN is owned by Disney. They're run by Disney.
That's right. I've been to LA, I've been to Anaheim, I've been to the ESPN zone there in Anaheim, and I'm sure Jeff, since you live in California, you've been to the ESPN zone over there in Anaheim too.
Yeah, they're run by Disney. That's why they're so politically incorrect, because they're run by Disney.
Josh
there
goes,
you go, Josh.
I'll try my best schedule. His schedule's busy, but hey, I landed Jim Ross. I can get Bill Simmons.
Yes, you can. Get Bill Simmons. He's got nothing to do for 3 weeks. He's not working for the next 3 weeks. Let's get him.
Yeah, and then he can say whatever he wants about the whole situation with Ray Rice, which is getting uglier and uglier because the media can't ever stop talking about it. But
that's right.
He did the right thing to say, I dare you, ESPN, go ahead, suspend me for 3 weeks because I'm entitled to this blah, blah, blah opinion.
Yes. I mean, that's the problem with ESPN. If they don't like your opinion, they'll just suspend you. So what happens to the freedom of speech? Is it taken away by Disney because if they don't like what you say, they'll suspend you?
Pretty much. They would say, yeah, look, if you make one little opinion and we don't find it to be a good opinion or we're not liking it, zap, you are suspended. Goodbye.
Exactly. And this doesn't happen here at Sports World Radio. You can say whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. I don't give a flying fig Newton.
Frank, we'll talk about that in the second hour when you come in there about Derek Jeter being his last game.
Well, we got a lot of that going on, right? We got the Derek Jeter last game going on, correct? We got the football game tonight going on in Washington. The Redskins hosting the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants. I didn't say I said the New York Football Giants.
Because you're just a fan, just like the New England Patriots are my favorite team, but they're not my New England Patriots, unlike Skip Bayless, who says my Dallas Cowboys, my Cleveland Browns, my Patriots, blah.
Hey, Skip Bayless, speaking of your Cleveland Browns, how are they doing? Huh? How they doing there, buddy? Huh?
Losing on a game-winning field goal to the Ravens had to be so heartbreaking for all the fans of Cleveland.
And don't forget, before the game starts tonight, in the second hour of the show, when we bring the big wind in, Frank Sprankle will be making our pick for tonight's game. And don't forget, Saturday night, and every Saturday night, during the football season, we will be doing our 1-hour pick'em show, NFL Real Talk. We will be making all the other picks for all the other games, all 12 other games on Saturday night. So join us for that.
Going back to your story before we go to the second commercial, Jeff, it'd be like, how would you feel if, like, you made opinion about Ray Rice or something, and you were working for ESPN, and boom, they zapped you and you got suspended 3 weeks? You'd be pretty angry, too. Anybody would be.
You know, it depends. It depends on what time of the year it is, really, and what I said for that to me. I've been... Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you how I felt when it happened to me in Kansas City. I was suspended for 2 days. Okay? Sean?
Okay.
I didn't give a rat's ass. I didn't care. And he might have that attitude. He'd be like, 3 weeks? Great. Hello, vacation. You know? He just might be like, he might be, screw it, I'm going on vacation for 3 weeks then. And just
I got
get
the
away.
money. I can go on vacation for a while. I don't care. You suspend me because I made my own opinion about it.
Exactly. And the reason why he was suspended was really for not what he said, basically, is he taunted ESPN into he basically dared them to suspend him. And they did. He basically dared them. Said, I don't remember the exact verbiage, but he basically dared them to suspend him, and they did. So maybe he was planning on it. Maybe he's got a vacation planned.
Frank, you got a good point. ESPN is kissing up to Goodell because they have Monday Night Football, and ESPN was given the rights to the Saturday afternoon wild card game. That is a good point.
Yeah, and well, that Saturday wild card game's been there for a long time, hasn't it?
Has been, going back to the days I remember growing up, going back to ABC.
Yeah, so it's been there a long time. So I don't know if that's so true. Used to be ABC. Now everything is on either CBS, Fox, or ESPN. Done.
Well, the wild card games, before we go to our second commercial break, now are on NBC. I always remember on Saturdays for the last couple of years they used to play the game Saturday, the doubleheader on NBC, and then they played the Sunday, one game on CBS and one game on Fox.
Right. Hey, we're going to run to our second commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey, Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West. And if you happen to live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, you rat bastards.
As we continue more with your story, Jeff, we got a lot more stories to get to. In the chat room, we're all talking about the games. You know, I can remember growing up how big the NFL was on NBC. They used to do the games on NBC for a long time. Then the beginning of 1998, the NFL went to CBS. Now it's CBS, Fox, ESPN, and then, of course, Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth call the Sunday night football games. But it's just, I can watch that, Jeff, instead of having to spend my time talking about college football because, you know, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff and I really don't care. We were talking about that on commercial break. We don't care about college football.
Let them put college football on pay channels so they can get it off regular TV so I can watch some TV, those rat bastards.
Because every New Year's when they have the bowl games, I'm like, okay, I'm shutting this off. Big deal. I don't care.
Yeah. A bowl game here, a bowl game there, a bowl game here, a bowl game there. What the heck? Get rid of the... Put them on a pay channel. Make the freaking sons of bitches pay for that crap.
And, of course, there's always... They've had it on ABC, but they moved it to Fox. I know Nick would disagree. I know he's talked a lot about college football there, Frank.
Yeah, not on this station he hasn't.
35 minutes after the hour. And, yeah, I tell you, because I remember watching a lot of bowl games, but then they just started to bore me. It was just one game after another, and then I just go right to sleep when the game is on, and then I wake up and figure out, okay, who's winning the game?
I don't really care about college football. I go when I get up on Saturdays, I'm like, man, during college football, Saturdays suck. Because there's a game on every freaking channel in the world. A game on 10, a game on 7, a game on Fox, a game on 3. What the hell? Game on 56. What the hell's going on here? You know what?
Yeah,
I got an idea. Make a I know they have a college channel. Make an NCAA college football channel and make it a pay channel and put all the college football games on that and get it off regular TV.
Because I can remember, too, that thank you, Frank, the bowl game's on December 20th. That's usually around the 20th or the 21st, but, yeah, the 20th is what you would be correct. And they always do bowl games there. They do it on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and even almost like the day after Christmas and almost toward late December. And I'm like saying, good Lord, that's just too many bowl games. And it's just like, yeah, they got a bowl game here, a bowl game there. You know what I like to do sometimes on Christmas and the holidays, even though this is a sports show, Jeff? Watch the NBA basketball games like you do, buddy. Sometimes I'll check and watch a little bit of NBA just because there's something else I can watch besides college football.
Yeah, I can't stand college football and it annoys the hell out of me. I'll go, you know what? I'll go put on the Golf Channel and watch some of that crap before I watch any college football.
Here's what Frank says. The NFL should play 2 Saturday afternoon games in December after college football instead of meaningless bowl games. Remember, until 2005 or so, there used to be 2 NFL games in the afternoon.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's the tradition now, Frank, when you think about it. The NFL is so different because they have the early game in December around earlier middle December. They got the afternoon game, and then they have a night game on the NFL Network.
Yeah, I know, Frank. I'm waiting for you to get in here to talk about that. I saw that today, and I'll tell you why it's not going to be blacked out. I'll save that for you today. Hey, we got a call coming in. I believe it's Browning Bastard giving us a call. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Browning Bastard?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
What's your question for us today here on Sports World Radio?
The question I got is, what will happen after if the Giants win against the Redskins and if my Eagles win on Sunday, what would happen to the division?
Okay, well, if your Eagles win on Sunday, they'll still be undefeated. So they'll still be leading the division. If the Giants win tonight, the Giants and the Redskins will be tied, but the Eagles still will be leading the division, and I do believe the Cowboys would be underneath them. What are the Cowboys? 2-1 or 1-2?
They're 1-2.
So if the Giants win tonight, the Giants and the Redskins will be 2-2. The Cowboys will be 1-2, and the Eagles will be 2-0.
Correction. Actually, Jeff, the Cowboys are
2-1.
So if you win tonight, since you are a Giant fan, they would be 2-2, right up there with the Cowboys.
So the Cowboys
and Philadelphia would be 3-0.
So if the Cowboys lose and the Redskins lose, all three of those teams will be 2-2, and the Eagles will still be undefeated. So the Eagles will still be leading division. But I don't think the Eagles are winning this week. How do you like that, Andrew?
My Eagles play the 49ers on Sunday.
I know. That's why I don't think they're going to win this week.
Nah, the Eagles will win. The 49ers are having trouble.
Well, you might think that, but the game is in 49erville, and the Eagles got to travel all the way to California.
I just want the Giants to win because of Gary One-Arm, because the Redskins are losing.
Yeah, and Gary One-Arm is sleeping right now, and we're sitting here talking about his Redskins. Way to go, Gary. Hey, thanks
I'm here every time we start the show.
Yeah, I know. Hey, thanks for calling in, Andrew.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy. There goes Andrew Browning Bastard, as we like to call him on our radio show. He's been hanging out with us for a long time, listening to the show. You know something? He used to be, he's friends with my other co-host on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C that we do on Saturdays before we do our NFL talk show.
Yeah.
And Kenny introduced him to SportsWorldRadio, and he's been here ever since. I turned him into a SportsWorldRadio fan. He loves this show. He comes to this show more than he goes to Chilling now.
And in the chat room, of course, that's always great because Browning is a great guy, and I'm so glad that I've gotten a chance to know him very well. I've Skyped with him. He's always a great friend and has good sports perspective. Now, here's the other news to report. Frank says in the chat room, Jeff's 49erville is a place I don't want to be. So much I agree. There is dysfunction with the 49ers. Jim Harbaugh apparently is not happy, and I know it's early in the season, but if the 49ers don't get it turned around, I personally see it happening where Jim Harbaugh could step down as head coach, and then he'll find another coaching position. Could Dallas ring a bell, everybody?
Dallas. They're playing the Saints.
Yeah, Dallas plays the Saints on Sunday night. Remember, Jerry Jones said he won't mind if there are a lot of Saint fans there.
And come on, the Saints need a win for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. What are they, 0-2 right now?
The Saints are 1-2. They beat the Vikings last weekend 20-9.
They need another win. They got to get back in their division. They need another win. They can't afford to lose to the Cowboys. Eagles are 3-0, right?
The Eagles are undefeated, 3-0.
So they're going to be 3-1 on Sunday, and everybody else in that division is going to be 2-2.
Dallas, of course, 2-1, like Jeff pointed out, will be 2-2. Giants, of course, 1-2, and the Redskins 1-2. The game, of course, a big one tonight. Hopefully, we will see a better game than we did last Thursday.
Yeah, you know what?
Frank, he probably does want to stay on the West Coast. Everybody's talking about Harbaugh now.
Well, I said that yesterday. That Harbaugh's probably going to win. He's a West Coast guy. He started his football coaching career at UCSD. Then he went to Stanford. And then he went to San Francisco. 49ers. West Coast, West Coast, West Coast.
What happens, and I know how you are about ifs, Jeff. What happens if this year the Cowboys don't make it to the playoffs and the 49ers don't? Suppose Jason Garrett gets let go as Cowboys coach, because I know his job security isn't the best if he doesn't get it done. And then Harbaugh he gets fired
not
as
the
coach
West.
of the 49ers.
Yeah,
and
I
he
know where
resigns,
you're
and
going.
then
I know where
suppose
you're
he goes
going.
to Dallas and Jason Garrett goes to San Francisco.
No, that's not going to happen. No, Jason Garrett's not going to San Francisco. You can forget about that. I know where you're going. It just took you a long time to get there. But I don't. Harbaugh's a West Coast guy.
Yeah.
He goes and coaches the Cowboys. That's East Coast. He's not going to do that. I don't think he's doing that. I think he's staying on the West Coast. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree with your opinion there, Jeff, because, all the stats that you gave about the West Coast, and he likes it there. He's done a great job with the 49ers. Remember all that rumor before we go to the first update, the rumor about how Jim Harbaugh was looking at possibly going to the Cleveland Browns, and I'm sure glad he didn't. Why go to that team when there is so much losing on that team? You want to stick with the team that you built and you made into a winner and got them to the playoffs, made it to a Super Bowl appearance, and almost pulled off the win against the Baltimore Ravens in the Harbaugh Bowl.
Yeah, but that's 2 years removed already.
Yeah,
and it's not
is,
the same
right.
people on the team. It's not the same coaches. And from what I understand, it looks like he's not having fun there anymore.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is, and that's why we're saying there's destruction, dysfunction, and the team doesn't look the best. And right now, like you said, Frank, he loves – yeah, of course he does. He loves living on the West. And the 49ers need to get through their complaining and their bickering and stop whining and start playing some football, start trying to get back in it. Otherwise, Josh, on the predictions for the NFC West, said that the 49ers – would be 6-10 this year.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going that way, but I need them to win this week.
Oh, look who shows up. It is Wes in the house, 1.5 out of division. You're lucky we both lost yesterday. Ha, ha, ha. Look at him.
Shut up, Wes. Yeah, sit there and be quiet, you. Hey, we're going to run to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. I know all you guys are NFL fans. Head on over to ShirtShopper.net. Take your cursor, put it over to Sports tab, click on the NFL, and get your NFL's favorite team t-shirt today from ShirtShopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you, everybody. Welcome to Sports World Radio, 46 minutes after the hour on this Thursday, the 25th of September, 2014. In the NFL, one game tonight as we start Week 4. On the CBS or NFL Network, it will be the New York Giants taking on the Washington Redskins at Landover, Maryland. Should be a great game between these two old NFC East rivals. In Major League Baseball, there's a lot of news to get to, of course. Let's get started with the games that are going on right now in the American League. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Seattle Mariners need this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. They lead 7-4 against the Toronto Blue Jays. A loss by the Blue Jays means that pretty much their playoff hopes are gone, that they would be eliminated. Actually, the Blue Jays are eliminated from playoff contention, so that means they're just trying to play spoiler, and they've done that quite a bit. The Baltimore Orioles have already done their part. They won back-to-back games. They eliminated the New York Yankees. They're taking on the Yankees again tonight. And what will be Derek Jeter's final home game as a New York Yankee, as people say adios and goodbye to an outstanding career where Derek Jeter won 5 World Series championships for the New York Yankees. The O's, of course, just trying to continue to put more misery to the Yankees, who have really stumbled and haven't looked the best this year. The Minnesota Twins taking on the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers, of course, are in the playoffs, but they have a lot of work to do. They're still trying to make sure that they can hold on and win the American League Central for the 4th consecutive year. The Tampa Bay Rays at the Boston Red Sox tonight. Game of little importance. Both teams out of the playoffs. It wasn't like that last year, but this year it's a different story. In a series that's big, the Oakland Athletics at the Texas Rangers. Oakland has been losing to teams below 500. And as a matter of fact, Texas has even played spoilers. So the Rangers look to do what they've done the last couple of weeks, play spoiler against an Oakland Athletics team that has not entirely looked the best. I believe 18-29 in the last 47 baseball games for the Athletics. The Kansas City Royals start a big series tonight against the White Sox. making sure that they will finally end a 29-year drought to get to the playoffs. The National League, Phillies at the Marlins at 6-4. The Marlins over the Phillies. Two other finals today. The Reds over the Brewers 5-3, which means bye-bye Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Brewers have been officially eliminated from playoff contention. The New York Mets at the Washington Nationals. The Mets win 7-4 over the team that just has already captured the National League East, the Nationals. Other games, you got the Mets taking on the Nationals again. That's game 2 of this day-night doubleheader. The Pittsburgh Pirates, of course, have a playoff spot wrapped up, but they have to play the play-in game just to get into the playoffs, and they're going to face off against the team that's right behind them, and that would be the San Francisco Giants, who host the San Diego Padres. Don't forget, play-in games, that one-game playoff just to get into the playoffs starts on September 30th. For your update for Sports World Radio, I am Sean Mann. This update was brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. More sports talk right after commercial.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports Radio. Scout Sean Mann bringing you the fastest 2 hour of sports talk on the internet each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. What are you laughing at?
Looking at Wes. Jeff, admit it. You are scared. We might just win the division.
You can't even hold it in through the opening, can you?
I'm laughing because Wes is just, you were waiting for this. You knew Wes was going to say something about the Pirates coming in.
Braves are going to win tonight. St. Louis is going to win tonight, and you might as well kiss the division goodbye.
Look what he says, 1.5. He says, we're in it, man.
You're not in it because you're going to lose tonight, and St. Louis is going to win tonight, and all of a sudden you'll be 2.5 down.
And then, Wes, what's going to happen when you lose and you're out of it, and then you don't win the Central
And
Division?
Wes,
Will you show up?
Hey, Wes, you haven't made the playoffs yet. You've got the, you know what? You won the right to play 163rd game, the play-in game, to see if your team can advance to the playoffs. That's all you did.
Look at him, 5 left.
That's all you did. Nothing more. That's it. Don't be celebrating just yet there, my fine friend.
He wants to stick it in our faces with We Are Family, and the Bucks are back.
I'll take your We Are Family and shove it right up you where the sun don't shine. have to get in it to win it all. Well, you're not even going to get in it to win it all because you're going to lose to San Francisco in the play-in game.
Right, Browning. Playoffs. We're not talking about playoffs.
Playoffs? That's right. No stinking playoffs for you, my friend.
Look what he says. We are family. I'm calling in Friday, Jeff. Get ready.
Hey, remember, I'm the board op. Just remember that. I'm also, not only am I the host, but I'm also the board op. I decide who comes on the air and who doesn't. Remember that, Master Wes.
So that's the big news. The Pirates going back to back, maybe. We have to see. Remember, they beat the Reds last year in that one-game playoff just to get in there, and then they took on St. Louis and lost in 5 games. Other news to report, and we'll bring in Frank about this, about the perspective. I found a statistical fact. The last time the New York Yankees missed the playoffs consecutive years was 1992-1993, and that was 11 straight years from 82 to 1993. And like I said, Jeff just continues to be thrilled about the news that Yankees aren't in the postseason.
I love that. Hey, Wes, you better watch out in our NFL pick'em, man. I'm only 3 points behind you. I'm coming. You know what? You're my first one I'm coming after. Okay? I'm gonna by the end of this week, I'm gonna be ahead of you on points. And then I'm coming after that bald-headed son of a bitch to be Adrian. He's the next one. Before you know it, I'll be leading.
Look what Wes also says. He goes, look, I'm rolling. Then Wes goes, hey, Jeff, the Cards are not as good as last year. We are better.
Neither is Pittsburgh, because if they were as good as they were, if you say that they're better than they were last year, then they should be in the playoffs, not playing in the play-in game. Oh.
I think they were, 95 and 67 last year? I got to find what last year the Pirates are. Because
and what are they right now?
The standings, and the Pirates are 86 and 72.
So they're not even close to. They're not even gonna. What were they last year?
The Pirates last year. I'm gonna look that up and find it for you. 86 and 72 compared to 2013. I got to find out what their record was.
What was their? Wes will know it. He'll spit it out really quick. Wes, what was their freaking record last year?
The Pirates last year were 94 and 68.
So there's no way they can do it this year, is it? There's only 5 games left. 4 games left for them, right?
4 games left.
They can't even even if they win all 4 games, they'll be at 91. Right?
He goes, look, our pitching is
90.
awesome. The Kutch was out. MVP was out.
So they can't even So if they're so much better than they were last year, they can't even top last year's record. Okay? Plus, they're not going to win the next 4 games anyway. And they're going in a playoff, a play-in game. I hate to tell you something, but when St. Louis wins tonight and Pittsburgh loses tonight, guess what happens? The magic number becomes 1 for St. Louis. 1. Which means when St. Louis wins tomorrow, they win the Central.
And West goes, wait, look, our starting pitching is red hot.
Our starting pitching is red hot. Our starting pitching is red hot. I don't care. It's not going to happen. It's not in the cards for you, my friend. See what I said there? It's not in the cards for you. What a pun on the St. Louis Cardinals. So just get used to it. You know what I want you to get ready for? You need to get ready for the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's right. Because they're the only team you got a half a chance of winning anything with.
And then he says, hey, Jeff, Cards blow.
Well, why are they winning? Why are they leading the division right now then? You tell me that. Huh? You tell me that. I'm looking right at the standings. Why are they leading the division by a game and a half by your Pittsburgh Pirates if they blow?
And he's making a guarantee. Hey, Jeff, we're ready for the World Series.
That's not happening, my friend. Here, I'm going to make a prediction, and you're not going to like it. I can guarantee you're not going to like it. The Pittsburgh Pirates will not win a World Series in your lifetime. How about that for a bold prediction? The Pittsburgh Pirates will not win a World Series in Wes's lifetime.
You know, Wes, it has been 35 years since the Pirates actually won a World Series.
That's right, Wes, and it's not going to happen. The only way it's going to happen is over your dead body. So get used to it, my friend. And if you live to be 90, well, you got another 40 years and not winning World Series. How about that? You like that one, Wes? Should I be suspended for my opinion for saying that?
Yeah, he goes, yes, sir. Got to get in to have a chance.
Well, I see he knows that they're not in the playoffs. When he keeps saying that, I know he knows they're not in the playoffs yet.
Josh goes, McCutchen is going to pull a Romo. And he calls them the Cowboys of the NFL.
Either that or McCutchen's going to pull a groin and he's going to be out. One of the two.
Yeah, and then We Are Family. Quickly, you don't hear that very much.
No, We Are Family is going to be going, uh-oh, here we go again. The same place we're going to be every year for the next 40 years. Home, watching the World Series. Hey, on that note, we're going to run to our top of the hour break. On the other side of this break, we're going to bring in the Big Wind, Frank Sprankle, and I'm sure he's got something to say about this Pittsburgh Pirate thing, too. We'll be right back.
I can't wait.
We'll be right back. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and now the big wind, the gale force, the big wind himself, Frank Sprinkle.
Release the breeze.
How's that for you, Frank?
Hey, you're the one. Listen, dude, you're the one that coined the nickname "the Big Win."
Yeah, I know.
You know what? I think the trademark should stand with you, not me.
Well, I like it, the Big Win. I think
you came up. Okay, what was the inspiration for the Big Win? Tell everybody.
It was a combination of you living in Chicago where it's always windy, and I took the beginning of, the Big Hurt, and I took the wind, and I made the Big Wind.
And you know what? Chicago is perfect for me, and likewise, I'm perfect for Chicago.
Right, and it is windy in Chicago, so why not call yourself the Big Win? And and another reason is because when you come on our show, you just talk and talk. You're like a big bag of wind.
I am. You know what? Chicago is the perfect environment for me. Chicago and Frank Sprinkle, we go hand in hand.
You're like a big bag of wind, Frank. That's what you are.
Josh just said this, the big chubby wind at yahoo.com. That's funny.
The big chubby wind at Yahoo. That should have been your email address, dude.
Dude, it is Big Cubby Wind.
Big Cubby Wind. It should have
Big
been
Cubby Wind, not wind. W-I-N.
I know.
As in a big Cubs win last night over the Cardinals.
I know, but you should have.
Right, and speaking of
baseball pennant races.
When we were on the commercial break, Wes said to Frank, "Hey Frank, can you give me some love for the Pirates? Can you give us some Pirates love?"
I did. I said congratulations, Wes, in the chat room.
Yeah,
congratulations, Wes. They're in the one-game playoff.
Congratulations for what?
He wants to get a Jeff. That's the only.
Wes, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How convinced are you that the Pirates are going to go? Where does
He's
Wes,
totally
where
convinced.
do you think that the Pirates are going to end up in this postseason? Is it going to be one-game playoff, or is it going to be winning the World Series?
He thinks they're winning
somewhere in between there.
Frank, he thinks they're winning the World Series, Frank.
They don't have the pitching staff to do it. Dude, they don't have the pitching staff to do it, Wes. I'm sorry, but that's...
Not only does he think they're winning the World Series, look at him. Look at him. WSSS. He thinks they're winning the World Series. They're not even getting out of the one-game play-in game. They're not even making the freaking playoffs, you rat bastard.
You don't consider the one-game playoff. Wait, Jeff, you don't consider that one-game playoff to actually be the postseason?
No, it's a play-in game to see who actually makes the playoff.
It is the postseason because it's not game 163 like it used to be.
It is game
one. Had this one-game playoff, which, by the way, I love very much.
It is game 163.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I would agree with that because it's like when you win, okay, you're officially in the playoffs. When you lose, you're really not in the playoffs, and this is the most stupidest This is a stupid extra wild card. I disagree with it.
Oh, lordy, Lord.
And the only and let me
baseball hit a home run.
Frank,
they knocked it out of the park. It
let
was
me explain something to you.
550-foot homer that they hit.
Oh, be quiet.
Putting in these one-game playoffs
Frank,
for the wild
let me
card.
explain something to you. The only way. Hold on a second.
Oh, yes, Sean.
Hold on a second. The only way the Pittsburgh Pirates can get in, have a chance to get in to the playoffs, is with the second wild card. Because every freaking year they get the second wild card.
Something that's very important here. What's the point of meaningless champagne clubhouse celebrations just for clinching a playoff berth? If you win the conference titles in both the NFC and the AFC, there's no champagne. You don't see it in the NBA if you get to the finals. You don't see it in the NHL if you get to the Stanley Cup finals. What's the point of dosing yourself like you just won it all?
I agree.
Absolutely meaningless. You save the champagne, you save the cigars until you become world champions.
I agree. What the hell are they celebrating? They're celebrating that they made a freaking play-in game with champagne? Wrong! That shows you how just stupid and moronic and immature the Pittsburgh freaking Pirates are.
Dude, that's Major League Baseball. They allow champagne clubhouse celebrations for all postseason clinches.
And in the chat room, Pirates have much winning a world championship like the Browns this year. Wes continues. We will win the division.
No, we won't.
After 35 years, we need it. We are family. We never get there.
No, you won't. Hey, it's the second hour of the show. Hey, Gary One Arm, where are you? You're sleeping still, aren't you? Wake up!
All right, so another big story that we get to, Frank, and this is something I wanted to talk with you about. Tonight, everybody knows Major League Baseball is the final game, as I mentioned in the update, of Derek Jeter stepping down and retiring his final home game. Plenty of emotion at Yankee Stadium tonight, even though the Yankees are eliminated from playoff contention. What do you think?
You know what? The Yankees may be eliminated from playoff contention, but on my drive earlier this... Hey, but you know what? I got a good idea. I just thought of something on my drive here. Why not make Derek Jeter a part of the postseason? We know that Game 1's going to be in an American League ballpark. I think it's only fitting that come Game 1 of the World Series, wherever it is, that Derek Jeter throw out the first pitch.
I don't know about that.
I think he should. And you know what's amazing? It doesn't it feel like this is the regular season finale for the Yankees tonight?
It is, and all the expectation when you think about it, Frank, for the AL East, that, excuse me, a lot of people said that the Yankees were going to be the team this year, that were going to be back, they were going to have the pitching, they were going to have the hitting. I laughed all along. I said, look, this Yankee team is old. When I look at that lineup, you have players in their 30s. They're done. They need to start rebuilding and fixing their team again.
Jeter's going to be 40. Jeter's 40 years old, or will be 40.
Jeter's going to retire, Frank, and there's going to be a big debate about who's going to take over for shortstop, what's their pitching going to be like. Yankees have a lot of holes and a lot of concerns this offseason. It doesn't look very promising.
Alex Rodriguez is coming back.
I think we should also address here who is going to be the Yankee captain. Does the Yankee captain become
Alex Rodriguez
vacant for a few seasons until you find maybe somebody to take its place? Because I really can't think of one particular player on the New York Yankees roster right now that really has the traits of a leadership designated for the title of Yankee captain.
He's not on the roster right now. It'll be Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez, you talk about that fraud?
Well, he's coming back next year.
And you know what? All right, so you talk about a year of celebration with the Yankees and Derek Jeter and the farewell season. Now you have to go through a season of celebration to a season of turmoil with Alex Rodriguez returning next spring training. And we know with the contract good through 2017, he's not leaving.
No.
Alex Rodriguez is not leaving. So you know what? Maybe it's best if the Yankees don't want to deal with Alex Rodriguez, and no other team's going to want him. Let's face it.
No,
29 other teams.
Because it's
Release him.
It's a good point, Frank, because, look, this has been a distraction for the Yankees from day one. He's won one World Series, which was back in 2009, but he's nothing but a troublemaker.
Nobody will care, Sean. Nobody cares about the fact that Alex Rodriguez played on one World Series team. All they care about is the fact that he took PEDs and steroids. They care that Derek Jeter won.
And flirting with two girls during the 2012 ALCS, which caused a huge chain reaction.
So what?
Yes, you got to focus on the game. You
so
can't be
what?
Thinking about the fans.
Dude, you can't be thinking. I have a question. Does anyone know? Maybe the encyclopedia man knows. Are A-Rod and Torrey Wilson still an item?
I don't know.
Remember A-Rod and Torrey Wilson were an item at one point?
Let me ask
you a question. Hold on, Sean, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Have you heard anything about Alex Rodriguez this year?
None.
No, you haven't. Derek Jeter's retirement has been the best thing to happen.
And why do you think, let me ask you a question. Why do you think he's retiring this year and not going to play next year? Because he doesn't want to be around for the Alex Rodriguez debacle.
Oh, that's a great point.
That's right, because think about it too, Frank. There's been a debate about the relationship between Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez.
I don't think they have much
get
of a
along?
relationship.
I don't think they have really a good relationship. I don't think they're friendship.
And that's why I think Jeter's retiring this year, knowing that Rodriguez is not around, and then next year he'll be out and Rodriguez will be back.
Look, people care. Go ahead.
And Frank, I'm going to say this too. We continue a little bit with the story we talked about a little bit yesterday. First time ever in a long time since 1993 that both you will see the Red Sox and Yankees not in the playoffs. So that means that Jeff got his wish. Some other MLB fans are actually happy to see these two teams that have been in the postseason for 18 straight years not in the postseason. Frank, lots of questions for both teams heading into the offseason. We already talked
absolutely. Well, and also the Red Sox, too. The question is, what do your Red Sox do, Sean? And
fire the manager.
Boston Red Sox,
fire the manager.
They need more pitching. They need a lot of help.
Fire the manager.
No, Jeff. That is
not after one season.
That's not going to happen with Farrell.
Frank, hold on a second.
Farrell's going to get a break. Yeah, Farrell
Okay,
gets a pass
why?
next year if he doesn't, then they'll let him go next year.
Let me ask you a question. What was their record when they fired Bobby Valentine?
69-93, which was a disaster.
What's their? Hold on, Frank. Hold on.
He did not have a World Series with the Red Sox.
Hold on. What's their record this year?
The Red Sox right now sit at 69-89, 20 games under.
Same record as Bobby Valentine, right?
Right.
Fire Farrell.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Well, I read hold on, Frank. I read something today about the Red Sox, and Larry Lucchino says that they plan to be very active this offseason. They plan to make a lot of moves and be back. So I don't know. Farrell will not get fired because you know why Valentine got fired? It was because of all of his outbursts and when he went on Boston sports radio stations and blew up, and that's how he got fired because of his attitude. The guy was a whiner. That's why I'm glad they got rid of him. And then they got Farrell, and he turned that whole team around. They cleaned house in 2012.
Yeah, but you were so freaking happy when Bobby Valentine went there. I told you it was not the right move.
Yeah, but times changed, and then Farrell came in. Farrell turned everything around. Frank, go ahead.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. If you're the manager of the Boston Red Sox, or maybe for that matter any major league franchise, should winning less than 70 games, should that constitute a manager being fired at the end of the season?
Depends on what team it is.
All right, so the Boston Red Sox, you think that anything under 70 losses, 75, what should it be for the Red Sox in terms of how many games should you win
if you don't
your
have
first season or your second season?
Well, if your record is not better than 500, you should be gone.
Okay, so the Red Sox, yes. The Yankees, yes. The Dodgers, I assume, yes. That's not the case where you are with the San Diego Padres.
No, because
there's not a lot of pressure on the Padres.
Right.
They don't get much media coverage anyway.
Correct. There's not a lot of pressure out here.
They're not on national TV often.
Hardly ever.
They were on Sunday Night Baseball earlier this season against the Dodgers.
Yeah, well, that's just because the Dodgers were doing something. That's all.
Yeah, and you know what's else? I mean, you take a look at Petco Park. Do you notice that when the Dodgers come in, you have all of these herd of Dodger fans traveling on I-5? What would you say the crowd is at Petco Park, Dodgers, Padres, in terms of a percentage?
I say it's more Dodger fans than Padre fans, but it's a raucous game, 3-game set because you'll hear "Let's go Dodgers," "Let's go Padres," so that the fans fight all the time.
Oh yeah, you know what? Here's another thing too. Do you know what the most common negative chats toward Los Angeles, whenever a Los Angeles team comes in, it's always beat LA. You hear that a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah.
At AT&T Park. All I hear half the time is beat LA this, beat LA that.
Yeah, you hear that here in San Diego too. Hey, we're gonna run to a quick commercial break. You listen to Jeff Escon, Showman on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Showman, and the Big Wind, Frank Sprankle with us. Okay, guys said that they still wanted to keep talking about Derek Jeter. What do you got, Sean?
Well, as you know, tonight, of course, Derek Jeter, final game tonight. Like, again, plenty of emotion. Expected to be a sold-out crowd tonight as he says goodbye to it. Frank, there are going to be a lot of memories that a lot of people remember about him, but like Jeff said, he picked the right time to retire. He had a good career, and he did well.
I think he did it on purpose. I think he retired this year on purpose so he doesn't have to deal with the debacle next year. That's going to be Alex Rodriguez.
Okay, guys, listen. The Yankees and Orioles have just started their game in the Bronx. Now, do you guys want to take a guess at the lowest ticket price for tonight's game? And this is standing room according to the ticket brokers.
Is it raining over there?
The lowest price.
Is it raining over there?
I don't have a TV monitor in front of me. I don't know.
I don't see the game on TV.
Well, there was talk of rain in New York.
It's on the MLB network.
Oh, that's a bunch of hogwash. That's a bunch of bull.
Well, good thing ESPN's not carrying the game because we know they love the Yankees. They love the Yankees and Red Sox.
They got a college football game on instead of that game. That's a bunch of bull crap.
I'd rather the game be on TBS.
College football instead of the Yankees' last game at Yankee Stadium for Derek Jeter. Way to go, ESPN. You screwed the pooch on that one again.
Wait, that's not ESPN's fault. That's MLB network. I mean, that's the MLB's fault. MLB could not put the game on a better TV network like TBS, or how about Fox? How about the Fox network?
If ESPN wanted the game, they could have had it, and you know it as well as I do.
TBS should have aired it.
You know as well as I do. If ESPN wanted the game, they could have had it. Don't give me none of that.
You know what?
bull.
TBS is airing Derek Jeter's final game at of all places, Fenway Park. How hot is that, Sean? Sunday afternoon, Fenway Park. We know about.
Weird.
It'll be like Ted Williams in a way.
It will be, but it'll be weird. But and I think probably it was a good way for it to end. End at Fenway Park because he played some big games there at Fenway, and of course, I've had to boo him like other Red Sox fans are, but you'll be expecting to see some class and standing ovation.
All right, listen. Guess how much. All right, for tonight's game at Yankee Stadium, do you want to take a guess how much terrace infield, standing room only, costs at Yankee Stadium, Viva StubHub?
$500.
No, pretty high though, but go down. Want to take a guess? I'll tell you if you guys.
300.
You're getting warm, Sean. Go down. You're getting warm, Sean. Go down.
250.
250. You're pretty. Oh my gosh, you're hot. You're sizzling. Go up.
275.
All right, I'll tell you. You're pretty close. 269.26. That is the lowest price on StubHub for tonight's game.
That's crazy.
That's the lowest price. I'm not going to tell you how much grandstand infield costs.
Yeah, but
trust me, you could buy a nice used car for that.
Yeah, but that's sitting in where? The Boondocks for $259, right?
$259.26 is the lowest price on StubHub for tonight's game.
And where's that seat? In heaven?
Baseball heaven.
Where's that seat? Way up in the last row of the stadium?
I believe that's about right. That would be my guess. Now, let me ask you this. Did you ever go to Old Yankee Stadium?
Yes.
What was that place like?
Big.
Because you know what? If you look at Yankee Stadium now and Old Yankee Stadium, they're very similar in the way they were built.
I sat in the last row of the Old Yankee Stadium. It's very high up.
That's one ballpark I wish I could have seen a game. There are really two ballparks I can think of in which I would have loved to seen a game at. Old Yankee Stadium and Tiger Stadium.
I've been to ball games at Old Yankee Stadium and Old Shea Stadium.
Fenway Park for me. That's where I'll hopefully get to.
Wait, when did you go to? Wait, now let me ask you. Did you go to Shea during any playoff years in particular?
I went to a lot of Met games as a child.
All right, were you there in 69, 73?
I was there in 73.
Okay, is it true that Shea Stadium used to shake?
Yes.
That's what I have heard, that Shea Stadium, whenever the crowd got raucous, it would shake.
Frank, I've told this story on this show before. I was at Shea Stadium at a Met game once. And I was me, my dad, my uncle, and all my friends, and we're sitting right above home plate, above the net. They had a net that covered everybody who sat, right behind home plate.
Right, I know. Protective netting from foul balls.
Correct. Right above home plate. So I'm sitting there and I'm eating ice cream. And we're right on the wall, the big thick concrete wall. And we're sitting there and I'm eating ice cream. And I say, and Dave Kingman is up. And I say, Dave Kingman, please don't hit a foul ball back here. And I'm eating my ice cream. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, he hits a screaming line drive foul ball right back at us. It hits the concrete wall, bounces onto the net, and rolls off, and the ball boy picks up. But it scared me so much that I dropped my ice cream onto the net, and it was landed and dripped on a bunch of nuns.
Was it chocolate? Was it chocolate ice cream?
No, it was vanilla.
Oh, I prefer chocolate. But oh my goodness, on nuns.
Look who is in the house. Gary,
he woke up.
One Arm in the house to debate Jeff between the Giants and the Redskins game tonight.
We'll get into that debate when we get back from our
here.
Yeah, we'll get into that debate.
Funny. I'll be ready for that.
We'll get in.
I want to say that. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hey guys, how about letting
survival.
me
Survival.
Hold on a second. We'll get into the Giant Redskins debate when we get back from our commercial break at the bottom of the hour.
Update.
Yes, our update and our commercial break when we'll talk the game for the last half hour of the show because Gary's actually in the house.
Hope he had a good nap. But going back to Jeter, though,
he's a
Frank,
survivor. That's the way I'm going to say it.
He is a survivor.
20
and
seasons in New York with the most prestige team in baseball,
He was the captain. He was the face of the franchise. As a Sox fan, I give him class. I give him props because he's so classy and he's a great player. And he's done a lot for the game of baseball. Think about the All-Star game, how fun that was this year, and how even during games I've watched, Frank, I've seen people just chant his name because they're so sad to see this guy go up there. And I know Yankee fans are saying, "Oh, you put him up there with all the Yankee greats, Babe Ruth, Thurman Munson."
You know what I would like to see? I got a good idea for what they should do Sunday at Fenway, because it is Derek Jeter's final game. Out of respect for the career of Derek Jeter, I would love to see the Red Sox endrape on the Green Monster a number 2 flag and pinstripes.
They possibly could do
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. You would never see any Yankee paraphernalia put on the Green Monster, but I would love to see it just that one time. A number 2 flag over the Green Monster and pinstripes.
I'm pretty sure they've got some kind of an idea. It'll be even though it's a series of little importance because it's not the same. Think about it. If both teams were involved in a big pennant race, you would see an October feel to it with it being Jeter's last ever series there. But I know that there's going to be a lot of emotion for Jeter as he says goodbye to the final home game, and then he says goodbye to Fenway Park for the last time. And then, Frank, have you heard anything about what Jeter's going to do after he gets done with baseball? Have you heard anything about?
No, I have not heard any. No, and of course, there's speculation on what Derek Jeter could be doing. You can imagine that I think he would want to stay within the New York Yankees, but that's something I do want to address here because I honestly think that next year is going to be tough for Derek Jeter, knowing that he is not going to be reporting to Tampa Bay for spring training, not knowing that he's not going to be getting ready for opening day. You got to understand, Derek Jeter is starting to become in a series, a line of great professional athletes that are heading into retirement. You got Derek Jeter now. You're going to have Kobe Bryant. We're going to see Peyton Manning and Tom Brady within a few years retire. You got to understand, if you think that Derek Jeter is just one professional sports figure in which we are celebrating right now, over the next, really from now to the end of the decade, we're going to be celebrating quite a few figures, great figures in sports that are exiting their respective game.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to look at it. That is a very good way to look at it, Frank.
This is just the start.
You're right. You're right. It's going to be a sad day for sure when Tom Brady retires.
And that's going to happen probably by the end of the decade.
Yeah, I believe that too.
and Peyton Manning and Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
And Eli Manning.
And possibly LeBron James.
Well, Eli for the Giants. Well, I wouldn't say LeBron. I think LeBron can play into the next decade.
Maybe. Well, if he wins a couple more championships, why?
Oh, so you think he'll retire at the end of the decade?
He might. You never know. How old is he?
How old? More championships? Does he want to surpass Jordan?
How old is he now?
LeBron will be 30 in December. I know for a fact his birthday is December 30th.
Okay, so
he will be 30 this December 30th.
So in 6 years, he'll be 36.
Yeah, and you can play in the NBA into your late 30s.
Correct. So
granted, you don't have quite the physicality, but you can still play.
How old is Kobe Bryant right now?
Before we go to the second and final...
Sean, how old is Kobe Bryant right now?
Kobe Bryant is 35 years old.
He's 35 and he's retiring, so it could very well be. You never know.
Kobe's, however, been beat up by injuries.
Yeah, but Kobe Bryant's 35. In 6 years, LeBron James is going to be 36. Who knows? Maybe he could be retiring.
You know what? That's going to be something. You think New York? Look at New York now with Derek Jeter. Look at Los Angeles within the next 2 years with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I know.
My question, Jeff and Frank, going back to Jeter, how are you guys going to remember him? I call him class because he's classy. How are you two going to remember Derek Jeter?
The leadership.
You know what? I don't know. It's too soon to say.
Play-wise, I can tell you, I'm definitely going to remember that ALDS series, that ALDS in Oakland, in which he ran out of his position to pretty much save that particular game in Oakland.
I'll tell you one thing, though. You never heard anything about Derek Jeter outside of baseball. No
Absolutely.
rumors,
and ain't
nothing.
That great?
No rumors, no nothing about his personal life, correct?
You are right. You know what? And that has made Derek Jeter the ball player that he is.
Now, how hard is that for an athlete to do?
And it's in New York, and with the Yankees.
Uh-huh. Exactly. That's very hard to do, right?
Yeah, but especially with New York and playing for the Yankees.
And real quickly, I know we got to go to update, and I'll make this point brief. Like I said, he's going to be up there with all of the other Yankee greats. He'll be up there with Ruth, DiMaggio, Gehrig, Munson, Whitey Ford,
Ron
Reggie
Guidry,
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
It goes on and goes on and on.
It goes on, yeah.
Yep. All right, let's run to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. You guys need a new coffee machine? You need some tea? You need some coffee? Head on over to Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. Brewing perfection, one cup at a time. That's Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thanks very much. Welcome to the final update for Sports World Radio. 31 minutes past the hour, 7:31 p.m. Eastern, 4:31 p.m. Pacific, 6:31 p.m. Central, and 5:31 p.m. Mountain Time. All right, Major League Baseball, here we go. Final in Toronto. The Seattle Mariners stay in the hunt. They needed a game, and they got it. 7-5 over the Toronto Blue Jays. In Yankee Stadium, the final game, as we've been talking about in our last segment about Derek Jeter, the Orioles and Yankees tied at 2 right now. The O's went yard by Nick Markakis and De Asa, but the Yankees have struck right back for 2 runs. The Tigers, they lead 2-0 against the Twins. They're trying to hold on and win the American League Central. They're already in the playoffs, but they're trying to wrap up the division. The Red Sox hosting the Rays. Right now, the Red Sox lead 1-0 at Fenway Park. 2 other games. The Oakland Athletics taking on the Texas Rangers in a big game because the A's have really played sloppy. 18-29 the last 47 ball games. The Royals, of course, red hot. They are on the brink of getting into the playoffs. They could have a chance at the American League Central, but they need Detroit to lose like the final 4 games just to get in there. But right now they're scoreboard watching. They're playing the White Sox tonight. And, of course, the play-in game would have to be the Royals and the A's for that 1-game playoff on September 30th. National League, a final today. The Marlins over the Phillies by a score of 6-4. Mets at the Nationals, 0-0 in that one. This is the day-night doubleheader. In the first game, the Mets prevailed 7-4. Now they're playing the night game. The Pirates, they lead 1-0 against the Braves. The Pirates know very well they would need to win all of their games and hope St. Louis collapses so they can win the National League Central. But they have another team they're also keeping an eye on that's right on their tail, and that's the San Francisco Giants. They are hosting the San Diego Padres tonight. In NFL, tonight's game on CBS and NFL Network. It'll be called by Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. It'll be the Redskins hosting the New York Giants tonight as week number 4 of the NFL season starts tonight and concludes Sunday and Monday with lots of games to get to. And don't forget, we have the NFL Real Talk coming up on Saturday night. NBA, we're not too far off from the start of the NBA exhibition season. First game, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Miami Heat. That game starts, that'll be October 4th. In the NHL, however, there are preseason games in progress right now. The Devils are playing the Flyers. Flyers lead 3-0 first period. Penguins up 1-0 against the Wild. You got the Avalanche taking on the Canadiens. Lightning at the Predators. Blue Jackets taking on the Blues. Blackhawks at the Red Wings. Canucks at the Flames, and the Mighty Ducks taking on the Kings. Those are the games for the NHL preseason. That's the final update for Sports World Radio. I am Sean Mann. When we come back from the update, more sports talk, and we know what that's going to be about between Jeff and Gary One Arm, and we'll be talking about tonight's game between the Redskins and the Giants. Remember, this update was brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. Right back after the update.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Esco, Showman, and the big win, Frank Sprankle, joining us like he does each and every Tuesday and Thursday in the second hour of the show. That's right, I said second hour because we do this show each and every Monday through Friday for 2 hours from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, every Monday through Friday. So join us for the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. Now, before we get into the Giant Redskins game tonight, the Charger game, blackout, has been lifted for Sunday's game. And the reason why I'm mentioning this, because I mentioned it at the beginning of the week, that the Charger game will probably be blacked out because they're playing Jacksonville. Well, it came out today that the Charger game will not be blocked out thanks to a restaurant, a business, thank you to a radio station, a restaurant, a business, and a TV station. Bought up all the rest of the tickets so it won't be a blackout.
I guarantee you if this were week 15 and both teams were out of contention, they would not be buying the tickets.
No, and it's Jacksonville. They had to have 4 corporations buy tickets so it wouldn't be a blackout. That's because it's Jacksonville.
Wait a minute. You know the Raiders are playing their game in London. Do you notice the teams that seem to have trouble selling out tickets always get stuck as being the home team of the London game?
I know.
Because they know that it can only benefit them, the team.
I believe me, I know. It came across as soon as I turned my computer on. That was the first thing I saw. San Diego Charger game blackout has been lifted thanks to, and they named the corporations that bought up the rest of the tickets. How about that?
That is so nice. So all of San Diego owes great gratitude. And you know what? I'll tell you what. I don't know what this restaurant is, but people better start. Charger fans, you better be eating at that restaurant.
It's called the Brigantine.
Then you better be going to the Brigantine. What kind of food they serve there?
Oh, yeah, I've been there a bunch of times. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times.
Do they have burgers?
Burgers and they got some great oyster shooters there, man. It's delicious.
Typical San Diego. So
Yeah.
You know what? Then people can go there after the game on Sunday, and you know what? Thank them for lifting the blackout.
All right, so let's get into this football game that's coming on tonight. The Washington Redskins are hosting the New York Football Giants.
Yes, tonight's game, week number 4 of the NFL, starts tonight. Redskins hosting the Giants. Frank, what's your thoughts of this game? I hope we'll see a lot of scoring and a better outcome than last Thursday night.
I just want to know what type of an Eli Manning offense are we going to see? Are we going to see the good Eli Manning offense, or are we going to see the bad Eli Manning offense? Because if we do see that bad Eli Manning offense, then I'm going to predict that it's not going to be as big of a blowout as it was last week for the Thursday night game between the Falcons just running over like a truck, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I do think the Redskins are going to win this game. I know people talk about the fact that RG3 is out. Look, I'll be honest. If I were a Redskins fan, I would have a ton of faith in Kirk Cousins because this is a guy that is pure pocket.
Think about last weekend against Philadelphia. He was impressive. He kept them in the game. They had a chance to win that game in Philadelphia. Defense let up, but tonight I think we're going to see a great game. But Cousins could be the real deal because maybe RG3 could be a bust.
And here's another thing, too. Let's understand this. Personally, for Kirk Cousins, these stretch of games, as long as RG3 is out, have a lot of meaning because there is no possible way that the Redskins are going to give up on RG3 based on the contract. There are teams that are going to be looking for a quality quarterback heading into 2015. You know that. I can name some teams right now that could be looking for a quality quarterback. And you know what? They could look for the services of one Kirk Cousins during the offseason. So you know what? This stretch for Cousins, as long as he's in there, it's huge.
Can I ask you a question?
Ask me any question you want.
How many games?
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know.
How many games does Kirk Cousins play this year?
He's only played one, but however, you go back a couple
Hold
years
on, wait,
ago, he made a
wait.
believer out of me against the Baltimore Ravens when he came in the relief of an injured RG3.
He's played one game.
But I'm going back historically to a couple years ago.
It doesn't matter. It's a different offense now. Doesn't matter. It's a different head coach with a different offensive scheme. Does not matter.
I'm taking the Redskins, Jeff.
I know you are.
What's your pick?
I thank you for your point. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, my friend. You're
All right,
very much welcome.
Jeff, my question to you is, what do you expect from your favorite team since you're the big Giant fan? What do you think of the Giants tonight? Do you think they have a good chance in this one?
Well, I'm hoping we get to see the Eli that played last week. Okay? And I'm hoping that they're finally starting to get used to their offense. Remember, brand new offensive coordinator, brand spanking new offense, totally brand new terminology, brand new everything. And you got to remember, Eli's from Mississippi. The offensive coordinators from somewhere down south that he can't, Alabama or something like that, they can't understand each other. It's going to take a little time for this to, and I said this at the beginning of the season.
Okay, so so Jeff, who are you leaning towards in terms of tonight's Giants-Redskins tilt in the capital city?
Eli's got to play like Eli Manning's capable of playing. The offensive line's got to help Eli out.
Play like he did last weekend because he was impressive. 21 of 28, he threw for over 200 yards against the Texans team that had Ryan Fitzpatrick go up against him.
The offensive line has to help Eli out, and the defensive line has
every quarterback out.
More so than him than anybody because he can't run. He's like his brother. They can't run. Come on, Kirk Cousins can run a little bit, but the defensive line must get to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a pocket passer, correct?
Right. Okay, I'm going to make a point then after you're done with this.
They must get to that pocket passer.
Okay, let me ask you this then. If you were to have Kirk Cousins, if you were to flip-flop quarterbacks here, look at the offensive line, and you were to have Kirk Cousins in the New York Giants system, you think that Cousins would struggle based on the offensive line?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, that offensive line is old for the Giants.
I know. David Deal ain't there no more neither.
Yeah, David Deal needed to retire.
Yeah, he's not there neither.
Snead retired.
Right. And he's got a new center. Okay?
So it's really an old offensive line that's really in the retooling stages right now.
I mean, look, your right tackle's Pugh. Your guard is
Mosley. He's old.
You're right. Your guard is Mosley. Walton's the center. Richburg is the freaking left guard, and the left tackle is freaking Beatty.
You know how long you can play as an offensive lineman? If you're lucky, you'll have 10 years.
I know.
Because you know what? That is one of the most grueling positions in all of sports in terms of physicality.
It's an old line. I know that. That's why they got to protect him.
When you get to 30 as an offensive lineman, you are on AARP.
They got to protect him.
We got to run to our final commercial break. When we come back from the commercial break, we'll talk more about this game.
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to the final segment of Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Showman, and the big win, Frank Sprankle, bringing you the fastest 2 hour of sports talk on the internet. All right. Hey, what the hell's his name? Gary.
I'm just going to stay out of this for now.
Hey, Gary, when the Washington Redskins lose tonight, I better see that losing video too, you freaking hump. You got me? When Redskins lose tonight, I better see that video of you losing too. Of you saying, the Giants. That's right.
It all started like this in the chat room. Josh goes, Jeff, I thought you were going to rip Gary, which is happening now. And then Gary goes, LOL, Josh, he can't rip nothing.
You know, Gary also says he's going to be, hell, I'm going to be plastering his page every time we score. Well, that's good. At least I won't have to worry about that because you ain't scoring too much. You know
Frank,
that. Hey,
what do you
Gary.
think of this?
Hey, Gary.
I'm staying out.
Hey, Gary.
My bet.
Gary, when Washington loses tonight, you better show up at the show tomorrow. Okay? Because I'm here tomorrow regardless. So you better show up tomorrow when the Giants beat the Redskins tonight. You got me, buddy? And I better see, because if you say you're going to make a video about how the Redskins won, I better see the video of how the Redskins lost too, you rat bastard.
You know, I'll say this to Jeff. Don't you get the sense that some people just want to hide in caves after their team loses, whether it's Monday, Tuesday?
What happens.
That's what happens.
But you don't see me doing that.
I don't do it. I'm here. When my team
I show my face.
My team wins or
Adrian's
loses.
not here either.
My team wins or loses. I'm here.
And
Gary.
I'm not one of those people that puts a bag over my face like some other fans.
What I want to know is how in the wild world of sports does somebody in London become a Washington Redskins fan?
Gary, you want to answer that? I have never figured that out with you, buddy. Why you live in the continent of Europe and you're a Redskin fan all the way over there.
And there's going to be no cheer in London tonight when the Redskins lose. You like that, Sean?
He goes, look, Gary goes, Jeff, just remember this name, Kerrigan.
Kerrigan? Kerrigan can't do nothing. You're going to see Kerrigan be taken out on a stretcher. I'll remember that name.
You remember Ryan Kerrigan if he's out on a stretcher?
Look, he goes,
Why didn't you tell him about the Giants-Redskins game you were at in '85, Jeff?
Another one is asking me if I watched the episode of South Park. No, I watch real TV. I don't watch cartoons.
Actually, they're not cartoons. They're just cutouts.
Let's see, Frank. You're talking about November of 1985. Jeff's told me this before when we've Skyped, and he's told me this on the show. Lawrence Taylor put a big hurt on Mr. Joe Theismann in the football game in November of '85.
Classic Redskins, infamous Giants-Redskin moment that Jeff saw in person.
Game. I was at that game. I was the only one going crazy. Everybody else was like, oh. I was like, yeah, they broke his leg. Yeah, he's out.
As the continuing bashing goes on here, Gary goes, hey, how many quarterbacks you got just in case?
Hey, Jennifer Miller, thank you for checking out Sports World Radio. She goes, yeah, TV, not cartoons. See? I watch TV. I don't watch cartoons, you rat bastards.
Wait a minute. Cartoons air on television. Cartoons are a part of television.
Okay, I watch real TV, not cartoons.
Okay, so you watch television in which cameras are needed.
Yeah, like NFL football games and baseball games.
I watch them too. I watch
basketball games and Hawaii Five-0 and Blue Bloods and stuff like that. I don't watch freaking cartoons.
Jennifer goes, Gary told me to come. Oh, yeah, that's right, Gary, because you've been posting on my wall for Facebook.
That's
and
right.
I know that
Jennifer's a friend of Gary's who's going to be feeling awful crappy after the Redskins lose tonight.
I'm not going to guarantee this is a win, but I have to take the Redskins. Like I said, no guarantees, but I'm taking the Redskins.
Sean, who you taking?
In this game, I am going to go with the Washington Redskins.
What the flying fig Newton are you people doing?
All hail Redskins. All
Excellent.
Hail
That means I get another point on Gary, another point on Sean, and another point on the big win, Frank Sprankle.
Okay, but what about Encyclopedia Man? Who does he have?
Well, Browning
he's taking the
Giants.
He's taking the Giants. I'm taking the Giants.
Oh, by the way, I say it with pride. I picked the Redskins. Now, not that I am saying this because I want the Redskins to win, but because the Redskins name will stick.
Hey, Jennifer, the Bears aren't playing tonight. It's the Redskins or the Giants.
Yeah, the Bears don't play this Sunday noon Central against the Packers.
Right, and they're going to win that game anyway.
I'm looking. Gary says LMFAO. All hail
All hail to the Giants because they're beating the Redskins tonight.
What happens if he doesn't show up on the show tomorrow?
Hey, Gary.
I wouldn't even want to be around Jeff.
Hey, Gary, what are you going to do when Cousins gets taken out of the game?
Wait, you think Cousins is going to be taken out on a stretcher?
I didn't say a stretcher. I said out of the game. He's going to get a concussion, and he's going to be taken out of the game. Then you're going to have your third-string quarterback in there, and it's going to be a murderous game tonight.
Look, in all the years that I've done shows with Jeff, and since I've known Gary, I got to tell you one thing, Frank. On my Facebook, Gary's always private messaged me, and he's always posted on my wall. He goes, "Hey, Sean, how about those Redskins?"
Look, I like Jennifer. She's calling him a wanker. She's calling Gary a wanker. I like that.
Now look at him. I'm out until 11 p.m. Eastern. I'm working.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
Working tomorrow too.
He's already making excuses on how to miss the show tomorrow. So you know what that means.
So he's coming up with the contingency as we speak.
Correct. He's already figuring out how to miss the show tomorrow when his Redskins lose tonight.
Josh is going for the Washington Redskins. That's his pick tonight.
Is that who Josh is taking?
Yep.
He's taking the Redskins?
Yep. He says he needs fantasy points.
Oh, that's it, Josh. You're working on Monday. To hell with the wrestling match.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Raw is coming to Chicago on Monday.
Yeah, I gave Josh Monday night off because he has tickets to WWE. Well, guess what? You can't go. You got to work instead for picking the Redskins.
Concussion. You mean from falling over laughing at the points scored against you? Friday and Saturday, kind of for like 3 years.
I can't wait until the Redskins lose tonight because Gary's not going to say a word. He's just going to be quiet like he just got shot.
Gary will go back in his cave and he'll be quiet, then.
Yeah, you won't.
Jeff will be like, "See, Sean, what did I tell you?"
You won't hear from exactly. You won't hear from.
You got to listen, Jeff. You got to give Josh Monday off so he can see Raw.
Oh, of course he had Monday off.
Yeah, come on. If Raw doesn't come, if the WWE or any major pro wrestling event is in the Chicago.
No, I told him
if Josh Lopez is not.
I told him to go because Monday's show is an easy show. We talk about all the games that happen over the weekend. It's an easy show. Go enjoy yourself. Have fun.
Well, we'll be talking about Monday Night Football.
Yeah, go enjoy. Have your
games,
fun.
We cover the Monday game, Frank.
Yeah, it's easy. Go enjoy. Have fun at wrestling.
Yeah,
Don't worry
enjoy.
about it.
It's all watered down anyway.
Gary goes, "Hey Jeff, you want to bet?"
Yeah, I'll bet you that. I'll bet.
Bet for
yeah,
tonight?
you know what? I'm gonna bet you that when the Redskins lose tonight, you're not gonna show back up to my show until they win again.
Gary goes, "I'll not stop ripping the shit out of your Giants win, lose, or draw."
Well, you bet. You know something? You better hope and pray that the Redskins win tonight because if they don't, your ass belongs to me. So you better hope and pray they win.
He's going to not be here tomorrow, then he's
not going to be here
hiding.
tomorrow. He won't be here tomorrow. He won't be here Monday. He won't be here Tuesday. He won't be here again until they win. Because that's just the way Gary rolls because he's not a true Redskin fan. He's a bandwagon fan. He's only around when they win.
Oh, I cannot stand those people. My goodness. You know what? I'm with my teams even when they lose.
He's only around when he wins. Okay? Same kind of thing like Adrian. Adrian hasn't been around lately. You know what's going to happen? Baltimore's going to lose on Sunday, and he ain't going to be around at all.
Wait, he hasn't been around? Wait, the Ravens won on Sunday.
I know, but he hasn't been around.
He was late, Frank. He was late. I even put better late than never.
He came in the other day, and he hasn't been around since then. I think he's afraid that his team's not going to win the Super Bowl.
So wait, is the bet after Super Bowl 49 edged in stone?
No, it's if his team doesn't make the playoff, the bet's done. He's got to shave his head.
Oh, okay. So there is a bet edged in stone here. It's
yeah,
and we're all witnesses to that.
Oh yeah, no, he bet me he said that the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the World Series, the Super Bowl. If they don't win the Super Bowl, he's got to shave his head bald.
Okay, so it's possible come December 29th.
It's possible
that Adrian will have to shave his head.
It's possible that I can get a great Christmas present this year.
Well, that would be belated because that's 4 days after.
Well, here's what Josh just said. He probably got grounded. Probably because he shot his mouth off.
Probably.
You know what? There's no better way for Adrian to rein in 2015 by having a shaved head.
But then the kids will be like, "What happened? Why did you?"
I lost the sports bet to the host of
Hey, Gary.
SportsWorldRadio.
Hey, Gary, if I was you, he says, look, I'm going to go make a pregame video on Facebook after this show. Hey, Gary, if I was you, I wouldn't talk too much trash just in case Washington loses. Okay, my friend? Remember,
Hey,
they can lose.
We got to watch the game. Let's get going.
That's right. Remember that. Hey, we're getting a flock out here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us for the last 2 hours. Enjoy the debacle of Giants just spanking Washington tonight. I hope everybody enjoys the football game. Remember,
and Jeter's retirement.
Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the football game tonight. For Frank Sprankle, Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
Bye-bye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show.